Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Today we will discuss on processing of integrated circuit or IC, which consists of three main stages. The first one is a wafer preparation, and then the second one is a layer by layer process, and the last stage is metal deposition, testing, and packaging of integrated circuit. In the silicon processing or wafer preparation process, it consists of three main stage. The first one is a production of electronic grade silicon, and then the second one is crystal growing process, and the third is a shaping silicon into wafer. So figure show the raw material of silicon, and the in the middle figure show the silicon ingot is produced using the crystal growing process, and then it cut into a thin plate. We call it a silicon wafer. So this is the silicon wafer. Okay, in the crystal growing process to produce electronic grade silicon. Why this process is very important? Because uh, this process can produce the very high quality of silicon, which this silicon is built using a single crystal growing process. Okay, this process also known as a Czochralski process. Okay, what happened in this process is the silicon is molten silicon is placed inside the crucible, and then the crucible will rotate. uh, Above the molten silicon they have a crystal seed, and then the shaft will rotate. uh, the shaft will move downward to touch the molten silicon. The crystal seed will touch the molten silicon, and then at the same time the shaft move outward while still in the rotating, and it will pull the molten silicon to move outward. And that's why this process is a crystal growing, and only one single crystal is developed. Okay, this figure show the pulling process of silicon. Okay, and okay, this one also show the crystal growing process in detail. Okay, the first we melt the silicon, and then introduce the seed crystal, and then we start crystal start growth, and it will pull outward while rotating the shaft. Okay, and then the ingot will be machined to get the smooth surface and round rod, and also they also cut one side to produce the flat surface using a machining process using a diamond grinding wheel, because the silicon is a hard and brittle material. So the diamond is the best cutting tool to machine the silicon. And then the wafer is sliced to produce the silicon wafer. Okay, the figure show the slicing method. Okay, there are many method. Uh, the first one is using a diamond abrasive cutting edge. Uh, uh, okay, and then at the same time also the rod need to be cut flat. why we have to cut into the flat one side or of the flat, because we want to identify the reference point, the flat surface, the flat line or surface, or the flat geometry show the or indicate us the reference line. Okay, and then the wafer need to be polished. The surface of wafer need to be polished. Still using a diamond wheel and polishing pad. Okay, this polishing process conduct until we get the mirror finish surface. And then after the polish the silicon, so the wafer is ready to the next process, which is layer by layer process. Thank you very much.